Okay, guys, hello viewers. This is Praveen Verma on this platform, explaining on the topic of cloud security or security in cloud computing. I'm showing this presentation on this topic. So let's start. First, we will check what we will cover in this presentation. First, we will cover what is current cloud security techniques. Like we know all the two major companies or two major providers, cloud providers are Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. So we will know about these two web providers, cloud providers, and how they provide services um, and enable their security services, how they maintain or secure their services to the and provide securities cloud to the consumer. Next, and we will also discuss the next cloud security challenges. Of course, where there is something with also there are some challenges and they has to face and how they overcome the issues regarding security. So let's come to the second slide. Current cloud security techniques are next Amazon security overview. So what is the full form of AWS? We all know about the full form of AWS is Amazon Web Services is compliant with various security certifications. So how AWS maintains its security when this cloud provider provides cloud services to their particular consumer or in a scalable region. So how it provides the services in secure way? How it how how it secures its cloud services? So it has some certifications. It provides some certification SLA during providing while providing SLA to the consumer. So it provides FISMA, which is the full form of FISMA is Federal Information Security, and also internal internal information communication and employee lifecycle management to increase security. Next, AWS compliant with various security certifications. So let's know about what is FISMA. I think you are just curious about to know what is the full form of FISMA. It is Federal Information Security Management Act. Let's understand what is this act. It is a United States federal law enacted in 2002 that mandates federal agencies to implement comprehensive information security programs. So it is a legal law concluded by the United States. It states that its primary goal is to protect government data and system from cybersecurity threats, ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay, so this information is sufficient to know about FISMA. It's a government certification document to provide more authentication to the provider or whatever the provider is providing to the consumer. Let's talk about AWS physical security. As we have already just take knowledge of how it provides security to its services, what certifications that AWS community Amazon actually have. And now it's time to talk about how it provides security to its physical storage, physical hardware that are all stored in a particular place that is known as data centers. So data centers, data centers are protected by many security features and safeguards. Okay, so it has many safeguards to protect its physical hardware. Because in physical place, there are many types of physical hardware storage, so that two-factor authentication, security force, etc., file detection, suppression, and power. Let's talk about two-factor authentication, security force. So file access control, physical access tightly controlled through two-factor authentication, and one-side security personnel to prevent unauthorized entry. Okay. Next is fire detection and suppression. In fire detection and suppression, fire detection system identify early signs of fires. Okay, it identify the early signs of fire and uh, can sense the happening of fire before it happens in that place to prevent damage and minimize downtime also. And also there is a power backup if the data centers needs more power to consume and provide services to their consumer. So there is a power backup. The redundant power systems, including generators and uninterrupted power supplies, ensures continuous operations even during outages also. There is also a technique. to provide physical security is climate and temperature safeguards. So what are these temperature safeguards? It just control the climate temperature safeguards, maintain optimal conditions to prevent equipment overheating. It takes ensuring performance and reliability. Okay, next come to the AWS configuration and continuity management. How it manages its continuity in all the configuration. As you can see in the slide, there's a US East region, EU region, US West region, APAC region Singapore, APAC region Tokyo. This system this system helps to take an overview. This diagram shows that how that regions are placed over and over. Changes are reviewed, tested, and approved before rolled out. If there is any changes in physical hardware or any services, so it first tested, then approved before rolled out to the consumer. Different availability zones to separate faults. Different regions could be selected for regulatory compliance or increasing reliability. 24/7 incident response team, backup for stored data, physical devices are erased, used DoD or NIST media, and sanitization techniques. Next, let's understand what is this DDoS protections. Let's understand this. AWS has robust defense and against distributed denial of services attacks, ensuring service availability and minimizing potential disruption from malicious traffic. Next, come to the topic. Next topic is AWS Identity and Access Management. For each AWS account, you can create multiple users with different credentials. AWS account is opened by the consumer only. So AWS provides this flexibility to the consumer that it can create multiple accounts or create multiple users with different credentials. For each user, you can give different rights. There are different rights to each user. More details on this when we cover entity management and cloud. Next is multi-factor authentication based on hardware tokens, key and certificate rotation for increased security. Next is AWS network security features, increased reliability against DDoS. SSL, what is SSL based access? SSL based access is just a secure socket layer. Encryption is used to provide secure access to resources. This is a type of layer, encryption layer, which provides secure access to the resources, protecting data they transmit from main and middle attacks. Then all EC2 instances needs to use their actual IPs and MAC addresses. All EC2 instances are required to use their designated IP and MAC addresses, preventing unauthorized instances from masquerading as others. Packet sniffing by other tenants are prevented by hypervisor. We will talk about hypervisor in detail. As we all know, we will talk about hypervisor in detail later of this PPT on the next slides. You can say. Next, come to the you can create virtual private clouds that are distinct, isolated network within cloud. AWS network security features. Next is EC2 security. Let's understand what is EC2 security. Yes, host operating system are protected, two-factor authentications. AWS employs multiple layers of security for operating system within its EC2 environment. So which type of services or which type of securities provided by AWS to its operating system within the EC2 environment? So for it provide host operating systems are protected. Two-factor authentication were there. It is a host operating system. There is a host operating system of the host machine. The underlying systems or AWS infrastructure using two-factor authentication for access control and comprehensive auditing to monitor and log systems activity, ensuring secure and compliant environments. Guest operating system responsibility user are responsible for managing and securing the guest operating system. The guest operating system is all controlled by the user only. The user only responsible for maintaining or getting it secure. This is the responsibility of the user only. Next, come to the firewall protection. AWS provides firewalls to control and filter incoming and outgoing traffics. ensuring only authorized connections are made to and from the instance. Next, EC2 firewall, as you can see in the diagram, there's a EC2 firewall, web tier, application tier, database tier, EBS volume, port IDs and 4043 only. Next, firewall is not controlled through guest operating system. Guest OS level firewalls could be added for additional security. Next, hypervisor-based isolation and security. We will understand how AWS uses a hypervisor uh, based isolation system and security. First, understand what is hypervisor. As we all know and studied about the hypervisor, what is this? Hypervisor is just a software or a virtual management machine, as you can say. It allows multiple operating systems to run simultaneously on the host operating system present in the host machine, physical machine. It is abstract and allocates hardware resources like CPU, memory, storage to virtual machines, enabling each virtual machine to operate independently as if it were running to its own dedicated hardware. Hypervisors are crucial for virtualization. Yes, it is very important for virtualization because it provides or it show or it is the capability of the host machine to be divided into the several segments. Next is SSL based secure APIs authentication based storage system. I think it was HMSC public key crypto security grows possible access logging data can be encrypted by the customer. Next, Microsoft Azure overview. Next, famous cloud service provider is Microsoft Azure overview. Here, this diagram, Azure structure. Each role instance in new VM. VMs run on Microsoft Azure hypervisor. One VM is special. Virtual machines run on hypervisor hypervisors. Next, one VM is special, runs hardened root OS, host fabric agent. FAs manages agents within guest OSs on customer VMs. FA manages storage nodes. Next, each of instance is new VM. Other security and reliability features are designed to protect data, ensure reliability, and maintain compliance across multiple industries. There are some key components. Cryptographic tools. Azure employs cryptographic methods include SSL, TLS, and encryption of data and rest and in transit to protect data from unauthorized access. Services like Azure Key Vault provided centralized key management. Next, Microsoft Azure authentication. How the authentication process come into the picture in Microsoft Azure? How Microsoft Azure provides basic authentication to the providers. It uses SAMP, its REST protocol for web services, runs over SSL using self-signed certificates. Next, next is access control in Azure storage. User can create multiple accounts. How the consumers uses the storage in Azure or how we can use a consumer can use Azure storage. So a user can create multiple accounts. Each account has a storage key, and every account is assigned with a distinct or unique storage key. Given a storage key gives a storage key, you can access all data related to given storage key. It no fine-grained access control. Data can be made publicly readable. User can assign query templates using storage count key, container label, access policies are also possible. Two keys could be valid at any given time to allow key updates. Hypervisors are used for isolation. Isolation of FCs are achieved by limiting communication with FA, undirectional communication with FA. FAs are reply requesting all incoming message assumed to be untrusted if possible. Some FCs are put on separate bills. Hypervisor used for isolation. Isolation of FC are achieved by limiting communication with FA. We have already discussed about what is FA. It is not a big deal in Azure. Next, all incoming messages are assumed to be untrusted if possible. Some FCs are put on separate VLANs. Next, Azure packet filtering. Let's understand what is Azure packet filtering and how it can be achieved. Root operating system and hypervisor filters packets to prevent soft and unauthorized traffic. Customer access to VMs is limited. Example, no remote terminal connection. Connection between different applications is considered internet connection. Root OS and hypervisor filters packets to prevent spoofing. Next, cryptographic tools for data encryption. Other Azure security and reliability features. So there are more security features provided by the Azure cloud provider. So what are they? Let's understand. First is cryptographic tools. What is cryptographic tools for data encryptions? So Azure employs cryptographic methods including SSL, TLS, and encryption of data at rest and transit. Next, what is data deletion for disposed hardware? Data deletion for disposed hardware when Azure hardware is retired or repurposed. It means when the hardware is out of working uh, or it is outrageous and data remains data security deleted following industry standard to ensure no remnants remain which safeguards data from potential breaches. Next is integrity checks for data and fourth one backups to increase availability is also a feature of Azure. It has backups and monitoring agents gather data from FCs and root OSs to create audits logs. Next is main cloud security problems. So this here we have seen how two cloud providers, first is Microsoft Azure and AWS, manage security related to their cloud computing services. Then what are the major problems related to cloud security? Cloud security. First one is virtual machine level attacks. Yes, there are many types of attacks on virtual machines related to exploit potential vulnerabilities in hypervisor. Is there any change in hypervisor? Second one is cloud provider vulnerabilities. Um, Example, cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, safe phishing. Third one is integrating cloud authentication with company authentication mechanism, availability, single point of failure, assurance of computational integrity by cloud provider. Next, with issues with moving data to cloud providers. Did cloud provider fight against a subthema? What is new in cloud security? So there are many new technologies coming in cloud computing security, just like too big to fail, hiding identity patterns. Let us understand. I have some points to cover on this topic. That what are new technologies? Some are resilience against data center failures. Concern about large providers like Amazon emphasizes the need for multi-cloud strategies and distributed resilience, masking and hiding activity patterns, data anonymization and encryption. Third one is combating cloud facilitated crime, secure cloud editing and mutual auditability. Oh, next is quiz. Yeah, I have some quiz questions, some single questions based on this PPT. So what are they? Let's try to answer. All the viewers are requested. Please try to answer this question or just look out or watch down the previous PPT slides. The first question is what certification does AWS comply with to meet federal security standards? Yes, the answer is B, Figma. Figma. What authentication method does AWS use to add an extra layer of security for users? It is it is multi-factor authentication. Yes. What feature in AWS helps protect its data centers from outage? What type of security it has? Security feature to control from power outage. Backup power supply. Yes, it's B. Backup power supply. All answers B. Next, which protocol does Azure uses for web services authentication? Azure. It's time to understand Azure. It is SMAPI. C is REST. REST protocol. In Azure, which component ensures the isolation of customer VMs from one another? It is hypervisor. Sixth, what tool does AWS use to prevent packet sniffing between tenants? It is SSL encryption. No, it's also again hypervisor. Seventh, which component is unique in Azure and runs a hardened root OS to manage guest OSs and storage nodes? It's Fabric Agent. What AWS feature ensures continuity and prevents data loss during regional failures? It is availability zones. What does AWS use to securely erase physical storage devices? The answer is DoD and NIST media centralization techniques. What feature of both AWS and Azure helps prevent unauthorized access to data over the network? The answer is SSL based access. So this is the end of my PPT and presentation on the topic of cloud security. I hope you will enjoy this PPT and I have taken some knowledge from this. Thank you. Thank you.